Hello. I'm currently driving, but I wanted to just have a little chat. I want to talk about the power of shutting up, the power of silence, and I think this is something that I've utilized for a long time. It was kind of like my safety, my protection growing up. And so I think that there are ways that it could be unhealthy, but I have sort of reclaimed it in my adulthood and starting to practice that again. I think when you are talking to people and you're just telling them everything, good and bad, whatever, things that haven't happened, it's only dissolving like the potency of the energy behind what it is you're talking about. And if you're trying to achieve a goal, when you talk about it, you are far less likely to achieve it, because like on a physical level, when you're talking about things that you want to do, you're releasing dopamine, and it's giving you that same fix as if you had achieved whatever it is that you want to do. And so instead of creating like a long cycle where you have to work towards creating something, and then when you finally achieve it, that's when you get all of the good feelings that come off in your brain. I don't know the science behind it. I just have researched a little bit, but instead you just have that quick dopamine fix and you're not getting anywhere. You're just talking about it, and then you're far less likely to actually achieve that subject because of that. And so when you are silent, like, I think that you should be silent until you actually achieve something. If you haven't achieved it, you have no business talking about it. You know what I mean? And this goes along with this quote that I heard yesterday, and it's already changing my life. It was from this video. It was like a guy way back in the day, very old-timey, black and white, and he was talking about this concept, and it was a story from some elders that told him this. And it was essentially when like a child is lost in the forest, how do they find their way? Like, how do they know where to go? And they said that the first thing to do when you're lost in the forest, and he's using this analogy of being on your path and following your authentic purpose for living, when you don't know what's in front of you, you are actually a lot closer to achieving your purpose, because you can't see it from your physical mental state of being, because it's larger than that. Your soul is guiding you into a purpose that you haven't even been able to conceptualize. And that was just hitting so deep for me, because like these last few months especially, I've just been like so out of it, and I just don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing or anything, and I just feel so out of place. And I've been doing spiritual work and self-healing and so much to really overcome a lot of these things. And then I'm put in a position like this where I'm just like unsure of everything. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I feel like I'm lost in the woods, you know? And so back to the story, what he said to get out of the forest is to first, you have to stand still and you have to be present with wherever you are. You have to look at the trees in front of you, the bushes beside you, really just be present with the moment, because the trees around you are not lost. I want to say that again because it really hits me. When you are lost in the forest, stand still, because the trees around you are not lost. And the elder told this guy that when you do this, when you find silence within your mind, when you just stand still, when you become present in any moment, you allow the trees to find you. And I know that might sound kind of funky, maybe you don't understand it, but on a soul level, all of our souls know where we are and what we need and who we are and what we're going to become. And if we just are capable of tuning into that and trusting that my soul knows where I am. I might not know what I'm doing or where I am, but if I can just sit back into the present moment and trust that my soul does, then I can begin to intuitively pick up on the little subtleties that are reflecting back to me in my reality. You know, having the right conversation with a stranger, going to the right place at the right time, having more of an inspired action that is in alignment with your soul, rather than just flailing around, running around the forest, screaming your head off. Like, that's not going to get you anywhere in life. So that has really been the concept I've been thinking of all day now. And he said a very important part of this strategy is to be silent, to be still with your mind, to stop moving. And that doesn't necessarily mean physically, because we have a life to live, but be present with yourself wherever you are. Just stop living in your head. Stop living in this future of probabilities that you don't like. Stop living in the past of all of these scenarios that have made you feel unworthy. When you're present, you're just here. And that is the portal into everything that you want.